So I have this thing where I write things down and then they manifest into my life. And since sharing how to do it on YouTube, it's worked for thousands of other people too. So first in this video, I'm going to go through my previous scripting letters and show you the things that have manifested into my reality. And then I'm going to explain to you exactly how to do it too. So I created a free downloadable step-by-step scripting guide a few years ago. Over 50,000 people have downloaded it. It's helped so many people to manifest with scripting, but I felt like it was time to create a new and improved version of it. So I was redesigning it. I'm super happy with it. In fact, it's ready, it's complete. You can download the new version of it in the description below. And as I was creating it, I thought to myself, why don't I go through all of the scripting letters that I have in my bedside drawer from, past years, past months and years, and let me actually see how much has actually manifested. And so in the new free scripting guide, which you can download below, you will be able to see each and every one of them. So here's just a few. A couple of years ago, I wrote, all my content, everything I post on social media is going viral to an amazing, positive, supportive, open-minded audience of people. That's you. Jamie and I are now living in our dream villa in Spain. This one right here. I wrote this in July last year, before we had moved to Spain, before we had found the villa of our dreams. And I remember writing this in my bedroom in London and just thinking about how well I feel. How do I want to feel? Why do I want this? And that's why I wrote, I feel so calm and at peace and blissfully grateful that this is our life now. I'm so grateful that my business is thriving. We have more than enough money to pay for all of our wants and needs, and I'm only working a couple of hours each day. That is true. I work most days from 9 or 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Couple of hours of intense focused work, and some days I work a bit more, but most days I like to have the afternoon free to enjoy what we've created, the life that we've created. We moved here to live, and it's so nice that I have manifested a schedule, a work-life balance. I've totally created it. It's not something that fell in my lap. I designed my life very intentionally this way so that I can enjoy it. This was my second ever scripting letter. Where's my first ever scripting letter? Here's my first ever scripting letter where everything came true. I now have more money in my bank account than ever before. Everything I post on social media is going viral to an incredible, positive, supportive audience. The second scripting letter I wrote, I'm now monetizing my YouTube channel and receiving checks from Google AdSense every month. I wrote that in May 2020 and it monetized in June 2020, and I received my first check of my first transfer of money from Google AdSense on the 24th of July 2020. So a couple of months after I wrote it. And of course I was taking action. Of course I was creating videos consistently. I was meeting the universe halfway. But I was also using scripting to help focus my mind, focus my energy, and program my subconscious to know this is what is my reality. This is what's happening. This is the way that it is. This is who I am. This is what my life is like. I read these letters and I think, yeah, this is all stuff that's happened. But then I have to remind myself, I wrote these letters before they happened. It's like this wild sense of everything seems so familiar, but it's because I wrote about it, I read it, I immersed my brain in it, I made it real in my imagination before it was real in my reality. And I'm going to explain to you how to do that too. This was one that we wrote fairly recently. We wrote it in October of last year, so 5 months ago. And it was actually, we'd moved to Spain, we'd temporarily rented a place that was only available not all year round, and so everyone around us was saying it's going to be really hard to find a beautiful villa that's close to the sea that will let you live in it all year round without charging you so much more in the summer months, because places around here can charge more in the summer months. So Jamie and I scripted about it together. We wrote, We have got an all year round rental on a villa that is beyond what we thought we could get. Our home is warm, it's cozy, it's cool in the summer, it's home. Waking up in our villa every morning feels so magical and inspires us every day. And it really does. Every morning we wake up and we go to this area, it's called the Naya. In the Spanish weather, when the sun shines on it, you want to just be outside in that sheltered area, having our morning cup of tea, our cup of coffee, and that's how we start our days now. There's so many more. I wrote here on another scripting letter when I launched my signature manifestation program. I wanted to manifest 100 amazing positive students joining the program so that we could build this amazing community and everyone could manifest together and co-create their realities together, and I could help these people to release their subconscious blocks and manifest what they truly wanted, what they deserve. And I wrote 100 people on this, and this is all chopped up because I thought it was a blank piece of paper and I was making a birthday card, and then I realized, oops, it was a scripting letter. It's like on a big piece of watercolor paper. I wrote somewhere on here that I'm so grateful that I've made 5 figures in days. Yeah, 5 figures in days. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. And that happened. So, how do you do it? The way that I do it, that works so well for me, that's worked for thousands of people too, is to write your scripting letter like a thank you letter. So think about, who would you want to thank? Maybe it's your God, your angels, your spirit guides, the universe. Write it to whoever you want, because you're going to be thanking them. And then the letter, you want to write down the things that you want to manifest as if they've already happened. I usually recommend picking between 4 and 6 things, so it's not like a long list of 50 different things, because you want to be able to focus enough of your time, your energy, and your focus onto this handful of things. When it comes to picking what things to write down, I recommend that you write things down where currently you feel like, yeah, that could happen for me. It's within reach. Someone like me could receive something like that. I recommend that you start there with scripting, because if you write things that feel a million miles away or feel like a completely just so not possible for you right now, then your own mind is going to resist the process. So start with things where your mind is already going to be open to entertaining the idea that, yeah, these things could come. And then what the scripting letter is going to help your brain to do is focus on them with so much consistency and intensity that they will be drawn to you, and you will proactively, almost unconsciously, move in the direction of them, and so they will manifest into your life. So once you've picked your 4, 5, or 6 things that you feel like, yeah, these things could happen, maybe in the next few months, maybe in the next year, it's possible, those are the things you're going to write down. And with each thing that you write down, you want to write 2 sentences. So I start my letter off, very beginning, I start my letter off by addressing it, saying, "Dear universe, dear whoever, thank you so much." And then for each of the things, you write down a sentence in the past tense as if it has already happened. I have now landed my dream job at such and such. My YouTube channel has just monetized. I now have 3 new amazing soul sisters who've come into my life, whatever it might be, right? So write down a sentence that clearly states what you want as if it's happened, and then make sure for each one that you embellish each one with a second sentence that goes into how you now feel now that it's manifested. Do you remember how with my ones I said things like, we've now got an all year round rental on a villa that is like this and it's like that, and then I said, waking up in our villa every single morning feels so magical and inspires us every day. That is so key, to write that second sentence for each one that describes how it feels now that it is your reality. Why? Because you're going to be reading this scripting letter every day. I'll explain exactly how to do that in just a second. And every time that you read it, it's going to help you to visit that place in your imagination. It's going to help you to feel the feeling of manifesting it, or of it being in your life already. It's going to help you to feel that now, because feeling is the secret. Neville Goddard says it is a key to manifestation. And if in the scripting letter you can weave in sentences that help you to feel it now, then you are becoming a vibrational match to it, and your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between whether it is just in your imagination or whether it is in your reality. And so when it believes that this is what's going on, this is what my life is like now, this is available to me now, this is normal for me now, then it will move mountains to make your external reality match your internal reality. It's so freaking cool how it works. Once you've done that for each one, so you've written, "Dear Universe, thank you so much," or "Dear whoever, thank you so much," and then you write, "I now have this, it feels so this. I now have this, it feels so." Do that for each of them, okay? Once you've done that for each one, write "thank you so much" and sign your name at the bottom. Now you have your scripting letter. Now what the frick do you do with it? You are going to put it on your bedside table, your nightstand, okay? And you are going to have it there so that every morning when you wake up, the first thing that you do is you read your scripting letter, okay? I want you to actually, if you have your phone on your bedside table, I want you to put the scripting letter on top of your phone so that you're not tempted to scroll before you read. Imagine you've just woken up, your subconscious mind is more open to programming than any other time of day. The first thing that you feed your subconscious mind with is your scripting letter. So your subconscious mind is looking at this letter. It is absorbing the fact that all of these things are done already. It is feeling like it's already happened. That's going to make a huge difference to your subconscious, to your focus, to your energy, to the rest of your day. It works wonders. So read it in the morning, and then also just before you fall asleep, just before you turn out the light, you're in bed again, pick up your letter, read it to yourself one more time, and then drift off to sleep, letting the letter just kind of flow in and out of your mind as you drift off to sleep, okay? Because as you drift off to sleep, your brain goes through different brain frequencies, one of the waves being the theta state. And again, at this point, your mind is open and susceptible to programming. The theta state is also the brain frequency that your brain goes into when you are under hypnosis, when somebody, let's say if you go to a hypnotherapist who is helping you to reprogram your mind, okay? So you can enter theta state when you're in a state of hypnosis, but you also happen to visit theta state as you're drifting off to sleep. So it's very important that you intentionally decide what your brain is going to focus on, what you feed your mind with as you are drifting off to sleep and going through the theta state. And that's why it's also really important not to lie in bed scrolling, absorbing so many different people's energy, positive, negative, everything in between, and or just overthinking about negative things. If you can make the effort to use your scripting letter to help you to focus on the things that you want as if they're already your reality. So do this for 30 days. You can do it for longer if you like, but I want to challenge you to do this reading of your scripting letter morning and night for 30 days. Then, in my opinion, and from my experience, from what's worked for me, that should be enough. Your mind has definitely absorbed it by this point. Put it safely away in your bedside table. I also like to just make a quick note on the back of the date so that I can go back like I did just now and see, wow, I wrote that last year or 2 years ago, and then it happened a few months later, or it happened a year later, okay? If you want to check out my brand new, fresh, shiny scripting guide, which is just, I'm so proud of it. It looks so good. It's new and improved, so much better than the previous one. The link is in the description below, completely free for you to download. Let me know in the comments if you're going to try this. Let me know if you have used scripting before, if you're a fan of scripting, anything that you have manifested using scripting, comment it below so that everyone can read more scripting success stories. If you have tried scripting before but you haven't yet seen results, don't worry, stay patient. Either things are still in the process of unfolding. Maybe you are being guided to the skills that you need in order to manifest them. That has happened for me sometimes before. Or perhaps when you were writing and reading your previous scripting letter, maybe you were doing it with the wrong energy. Maybe you were feeling really desperate, impatient, stressed about it, and that doesn't help, okay? Try and just keep this fun. It's meant to be fun. Play it like a game, light-hearted, and have soft energy around this letter, okay? If you're staring at your letter like, I really need these things to come true, and oh my gosh, I really hope, universe, are you listening to me? I need this right now. You're coming from a very low vibrational state. Just a quick reminder, this is what the vibrations look like. If we can be coming from these higher vibrations, everything flows much better. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring my bell so that you never miss another video. Until next time, bye.